So we're here at Buzludzja Monument. Behind me. Ego охраната, виж? Yeah, there's a bodyguard, so that we don't go inside. Police. Oh, and he's looking through a binocular. Здравейте. And just a quick reminder, if you choose to subscribe and want to get notifications on new videos, just make sure to click that little bell. This will make sure you guys get notifications every Sunday when I post a new video. Now, without further ado, let's go explore Buzludzja. Здравейте and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit different because we're going to leave the farm to go explore some historical monuments in Bulgaria. We visited a few sites on our trip, including some Thracian tombs or Mugili, but today I'm going to be focusing on Buzludzja, or that big flying saucer structure that you guys saw earlier. Now, what this flying saucer is essentially a show of power of the Socialist Party. I will give you some more information on it as we go through the video, but for now, take a look. То наистина е велико. Wow. Изключен е извънземно. As far as I know, we have to park here at the flames and then walk all the way up. But we met some nice Italian tourists who are going to apparently show us a secret way to drive to the top, which I don't know if we understood each other correctly. Whoa. I can't believe it. So Italian tourists brought us to our own national monument. Диро, изложихме се. Уоу! Това е много яко! Това е направо, не съм виждала такова нещо. Никога. Гледай какъв изглед! Was intentionally built to incorporate both ancient and futuristic motives into the design. And actually, the architect, Georgi Stoilov, he lists both the Roman pantheon and sci-fi films from the 1950s as part of his inspiration for Buzludzja. So our initial thoughts that, oh wow, it looks like a flying saucer, are actually probably what he wanted us to think. And as far as the Roman pantheon goes, I think it's pretty straightforward, the circular structure, and what it's supposed to symbolize is infinity, which echoes the popular communist theme of building an eternal future. In other words, eternal glory. It's also said that the look of Buzludzja Monument was influenced by the quote-unquote brutalist style then popular in Western Europe. So yes, it's meant to intimidate, it's meant to wow, and it's meant to leave your mouth dropping at the power of the socialist regime. Се обърна. Уау! Голяма красота. Тиро, страната ни е велика. Strictly prohibited. Oh, look at the little swallows. Wow. This is insane. Police. Oh, and he's looking through a binocular. Здравейте. Леди. Не. Да ти кажа честно, не си го представям. Тир, не е ли коприва? I think this is stinging nettle. I think this is... Oh, коприва е! Yes! It's nettle. Ако знаех, щях да си донеса. О, Диро, виж! Ела. Уоу! Не си виждал такъв охлюв никога. Такъв охлюв виждал ли си? Бели? Това хубава коприва. It's stinging nettle. I don't have a bag though. How would I know? And gloves. I moved him onto the grass and he squishes him by accident. Look, another little friend. Oh. Go, buddy. You have a nice house. Yeah, I think you guys can tell that I was really excited that day. Right. Now, as grand as the monument is, this was actually not the original design. No question, a show of power. Successful show of power. The original design featured a ring perched onto 6 columns and the tower with the star, with the big red star in the middle. I'm actually surprised you can film with a drone up here. This plan was in the making for a decade, but eventually wasn't used. And the reason is extreme winter conditions at the peak, strong winds and temperatures that will often drop to as low as minus 25 degrees Celsius. That's minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit. So yes, it's freezing. And now the new specifications essentially called for a memorial house, the dome structure with a heated interior space, which was used for hosting visitors and special events. Dino! Чакайте! Sadly, the roof is falling. I saw that from the outside. And I feel like Bulgarians probably have mixed feelings about Buzludzha, as we have mixed feelings about the old regime. Personally, my grandma, she prefers the old regime. She says that life was more peaceful and more equal during the socialist era. That said, of course, the freedoms were limited. Oh my gosh. Okay, look what you see over there. What you see over there is Shipka Monument, and this is Bulgaria's biggest liberty monument. It's a symbol of the liberation of Bulgaria and eventually modern Bulgaria. There is a lot I have to tell you regarding this topic. We were under Turkish occupation for 500 years, and there is actually I have to make a video on it specifically, but you had soldiers that ran out of ammunition on the top of Shipka that began actually throwing rocks and eventually the bodies of their comrades just to be able to overpower the Turks. So I will make a video on this, but it deserves its own respect and its own admiration separately from Buzludja. Attention, falling objects. Do not pass. Okay. Hi. Hello. Those were the nice Italians who helped us find our own monument. Shame on us. I mean, yeah, we would have gotten here anyway. We just would have walked. And as we leave, I just passed by to make sure our little friend didn't go back on the path so that nobody squished him. But now let me give you some more information on Buzludja. The design actually was revised a third time before reaching its final point. So initially, they had envisioned a saucer-shaped body with the star mounted in a conjoined tower. But because of earthquakes and heavy winds, they eventually decided to position the tower outside of the saucer in order to give it better stability and a lower risk of crumbling during earthquakes. And yes, we are in an earthquake zone. Back in our beautiful little village, we have earthquake protection as well. So all that wood that you saw in between the stones, that's meant to protect against earthquakes. Now here's an old house. I'll show you up close. All right, so in our region, we have earthquakes. Not so severe and not too often, however, we do have them, which is why, hence the wood in between. It helps absorb the shock. And then around we have stones. And on the inside, I have to find a house where you can see it better. But it's literally mud and sticks, which sounds very primitive and old school, but it works. And there you have a little peek into our structures and our homes. Yes, maybe not as grand in some eyes as Buzludja, but to us, they're just perfect. So thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate it very much, and I hope to see you guys again next time.